7 underrated slashers you have probably never seen. These are just, my opinion, some of the best. So I wanted to let you guys know. So here we go. Number 7, Student Bodies. Directed by Mickey Rose, this film follows the killer as he stalks his victims in hilarious ways with his heavy breathing and the tools of the trade, I guess you could say. It's just downright hilarious. It takes place at, I would say high school, but they all look like they're 30s, maybe even a little older than that, in your typical 80s type of way. So number 7 is Student Bodies. Came out in 1981, once again directed by Mickey Rose. This was one of my all-time favorites in my top 10 films. I find it to just be such a great slapstick comedy. Now, given this list is supposed to be completely horror, this is a horror movie, even though it falls in the subgenre of comedy horror. But this is spot-on perfection. We're talking way before the scary movies, way before any of the slapstick horror movies had ever came out. And this one did it perfectly. I mean, come on. You get to see a horse head death, a paperclip death, so many red herrings in this. You have no idea who the killer is. But at the same time, you figure it out pretty downright quick. The lead girl in this is a pretty good actress. I would say for early 80s quality, I would put her up there. It's got a lot of laugh out loud moments, and the kills are some of the best kills you will see. They're just hilarious. As you see it in the trailer, because all I'm putting on here is the trailer. I'm not giving you guys anything away from the movie, but at the same time, the trailers kind of ruin the movies. But with that said, Student Bodies, number 7, check it out. Number 6, one of my favorites again, April Fool's Day. Such a great movie. 1986, it's a classic, guys. Back to it. April Fool's Day came out in 1986, the year of my birth, ladies and gents. It was directed by Fred Walton. And it is, well, the first time I seen this, the ending got me. I mean, it was such a great twist. Not like a sleepaway camp twist, but it was just a twist that I, for some reason, didn't see coming. So it threw me off, threw me for a loop. I guess you could say there's a double twist in this. You follow this group of kids that are going on a vacation. Their friend takes them on the vacation, and obviously she's going to pull some April Fool's Day pranks on them. And that's all this movie is about. Prank after prank after prank while a slasher is stalking each one of them down. April Fool's Day, 1986 might be the best year for horror in my opinion. We have a lot of my favorites, which hopefully I'll get a list to that. But my number 6 choice is April Fool's Day. And there's not too much more I can say about this. I don't want to give anything away. The trailer, as I was saying before, gives enough away. Onwards to number 5. Popcorn. Ladies and gentlemen, this was directed in 1991 by Mark Herrer. It stars Tom Villard. He was also in One Crazy Summer and Parasite. And if you didn't know about Parasite, that was Demi Moore's first film. Worth the check out. Tom Villard sadly passed away November 14th, 1994. And this is a film all about the film theater Dreamland and the film students. And they want to keep this theater alive. So they decided to do an all-night horror movie marathon. This film's a lot like Stage Fright and Fade to Black. And the special effects and makeup in this film are phenomenal. It'll remind you a lot of Darkman. It's almost as if Sam Raimi, if he would, instead of made Evil Dead, if he would have made Stage Fright and Fade to Black, we would have got something like this. Not his camera angles, not his filming style, but along the same lines as dark humor, even though this is more a straight-laced film with amazing effects and amazing gore. If you have never seen Popcorn, check it out. You should also check out Stage Fright and Fade to Black. Onward! Number 4, Blood Rage, also known as Nightmare at Shadow Woods and Slasher. This film is about identical twins, Todd and Terry. In 1974, Terry kills a man at the drive-in and frames Todd, where Todd is locked up in an asylum. 10 years later, Todd escapes and Terry goes on another killing spree. He kept his rage at bay, and now we get to see the gore and the fest begin. This is a very psychological horror film. It's very, very good. Very good. We get to see a whole lot of twists and turns, wondering if he's going to get caught, wondering if he's going to frame his brother again. Definitely a great film to check out. It took me a long time to track this film down and watch it, but you can watch it right now on Shudder, and you can get a good commentary from Mr. Joe Bob himself, as he will tell you all about this film. It is the one and only true Thanksgiving slasher film. 80s gave us a lot of good films, not too many that took place on Thanksgiving, and Blood Rage is definitely worth your time. Check it out, guys. Onwards yet again to number 3, my all-time favorite film on this list, Funny Man. This would have been number 1, but the next 3 to me could all be number 1. So, it's all how you want to look at it and wherever you would like to place them on your list. Heck, you might not even like them. You may hate my list. But Funny Man is a British film it is not starring Christopher Lee, although you'll see Christopher Lee all over the DVD, the Blu-ray, his name on the front, but he is the narrator and a cameo. This film is crazy. It's as if Scooby-Doo was a horror film and just become an all-out bloodfest. It is funny, the deaths are hilarious, but the effects are groundbreaking to me. They are great. This is another 90s one, but it's insane. So we start with a card game going on, and our main character, aside from the jester, wins a house from Christopher Lee, and he takes his family there. They're quickly killed off, except for him. But his brother's on the way and has picked up a whole bunch of crazy hitchhikers. And every single one of them, as you can see in this trailer, gets their own little storyline and what's going on, and it just goes bonkers. Definitely worth a watch. If you have never seen Funny Man, jump on this. This is a British horror film directed by Simon Sparkling. If I'm butchering these names, guys, I'm sorry. But this is the number 1 must watch. If you've never seen this film, you need to watch it. If you're a fan of Deadpool or comedy or horror, this is the film for you. Great effects, high budget. Why this fell under the radar and nobody ever talks about this film is beyond me. This is in the top 10 most underrated films of all time. Honestly, this list, as you can see, it's in the top 3. Because I've never seen anybody talk about this. I never hear anything about this film. I mean, Funny Man could have had his own franchise. You could keep going. We could have so many of them. It could be never ending. Just saying. Wish we would see some more of this. Obviously, we're never going to, but we still have this brilliant masterpiece. So, my number 3 choice is Funny Man. Guys, run out, get this one, check it out. Leave this video and watch it if you just need to. But onwards we go to number 2, Madman Mars, as the theme will place it in your head and you will remember Madman for years and years to come. This was directed by Joe Galanwan. I'm terrible. It's kind of basically based around the legend of Cropsey, and at the same time as this film coming out, The Burning had come out, so this one completely fell under the radar. But if you are a Friday the 13th fan, and you like the whole campers and camp counselors, and that whole aspect, and great effects and makeup, and a very solid story, Madman is for you. Madman Mars is a beast. I've said for years this film needs to have a remake, because if any film needs a remake, this one does. We don't need remakes of A Nightmare on Elm Street or Jason. You can just keep making sequels to them and we'll watch them. But movies like this, Madman, this one needs a remake. It needs to be revamped, put out there, and my goodness gracious, would our eyes just be happy. If you have never seen Madman, watch Madman. It's free right now, I think, on Tubi. So you can watch it on Tubi. I know it was free on YouTube for a while. You can buy the DVD, you can get the Blu-ray. They're very easy to come by. This movie used to be extremely hard to find. It is not hard to find no more. You can get you a copy of it for very cheap, as in all the movies on this list are very easy to find these days. Used to be extremely difficult, now they're very easy. Madman Mars and his Hatchet has definitely gave Adam Green a lot of inspiration for his Hatchet and Victor Crawley franchise. But that's enough about Madman. You guys want the number one spot. So my number one pick is Dr. Giggles himself, Larry Drake. Such a great film. Directed by Manny Coto. Dr. Giggles stars Larry Drake, as I was saying. It also has a young Dougie Doug in it, which is very cool. The death scenes in this are phenomenal. It's all about, well, let's see. It takes place at the very beginning. Larry Drake and his dad, he's a doctor, and he's taken people's hearts from the town, the patients, and he gets put in a mental asylum. He escapes, and he goes back to his house, and he decides to keep on going. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Show your support and subscribe to the channel. It would be greatly appreciated. I'm going to work harder and figure out how to do better ones of these. Later!